Hey guys, Dark Prometheus here. Welcome back to another Warno replay. Again, not going to be the end screen on this one. We had to have a special viewer for this one. I think this right before the 1.0 patch or at the 1.0 patch. So with this one, we are playing with the 24th Infantry Division mechanized, so the National Guard. Joe's playing with the 2nd Panzer. With Krieg playing with it with the 24th as well, and then Hoods with us is playing with the 11th E French. Opposing us, just a turn on the left side, is the VDV, the 39th. We have Mick here with the 4th Motor Schützen. A lot of stuff being put in the middle. Riders playing the 27th. And then Master Chief on the right side is playing with the 27th as well. The biggest thing with this is I've not really played Chemical a whole lot, so my experience with Chemical is not great. So yeah, just enjoy the pain and suffering, because I think this was a pain and suffering game. I think it was, because we played in this area, so yeah. Let's have some fun. The creek starting with an eagle overhead. This time, yet again, we didn't play with a command, which is a silly one for me. And I went kind of expensive. I shouldn't have did the arrow rifles with the Hueys. Didn't get too far up, because I mean there's spawns here. You need to play this in massive amount of ground troops wise. So on the left, Joe is thinking like he is just going to hold here. Also, Joe did a crazy push down this bridge, and no one was actually on this bridge. Our Eagle's fighting with this MiG-29. And unfortunately, we're not going to kill it. We're going to try to kill this Mi-9, because if they get this, it could turn bad. Joe can't get it, but we finish it off. If they take this, they can literally just call units into our backline, and it becomes a complete hassle. But since we defeat this, that push, and that command, it allows Joe to set up and do this push across, which could put some impact on the back. For us, I mean, it's T-80 BVs. Abrams taking a shot here on this SPGs. Then it turns the corner, still on this road. And yeah, we turn our side to these T-80s. Not a smart move. National Guard Abrams going to try to move up and take a shot. It's not going to be able to. We have to move back. On the right side, this guy is completely pushed all the way in Foxtrot. Creek has. And he is going to cut it off to where the situation only gets dire in the middle because of the pressure of Foxtrot. Joe's back here doing Joe things. That's what we'll say. National Guard getting hit here. T-80 BVs doing absolute work. And these are up, but his Strike Eagle is going to come in, hit one, kill it, and that's how we're going to keep ahead of everything. Are these Strike Eagles. Engineers Dragon, this is before they were actually, this is not when they were, this is when they were so broken. Taking a shot here on the Tunguska. We'll stun it, but will not kill it, which is unfortunate. He doesn't move it, so Engineers Dragon taking another shot. Finally starting to move, but it's dead. The Hood's over here on the left side is dealing with this whole thing, but Joe has solidified the fact that there is a command back in here. But at this point, I think what we're going to see is just these guys weeding everyone out. Joe in their backline, which unfortunately when he comes down this main road, this is a main reinforcement road. And so he's going to hit some things that he can't deal with on that road, which kind of sucks. But he's going to hit the rear of some SPWs.
Well done, guys.
And he'll kill one. But it makes a response here with BMPs that he cannot deal with. We get a leader in here, so it's just a +2 at this point. Our right side, Creek's still doing some good stuff, but again, their spawn is closer than his, so it's going to just take him some time.
Yes, sir.
We're going to get an an M1 IP up, and hopefully we can deal with these T-80s. We're being pressured here with some of these. I wouldn't really call them, I mean, they're 4-man squads, so they're really just a fire team, but the fire team isn't going to really be able to deal with even a PVAS at that point. Engineer's Dragon trying to take a shot, stuns the BMP-3. This 113 ACAV will be able to put a lot of fire on it. Dragon taking a shot is forced to retreat into the forest. That LGB from the Mirage does hit its target. Now Hoods has both of these and we're at a +1. Joe finally squeezing this guy out of the zone. Slowly but surely. And then I mentioned that, hey, I'm getting hit by Metis and all of this. I'm going to have to pull back more with the dragons. Just play a retreating bit. M1 IP is going to sit here. This Phantom's going to come in, hit all 4 of these, and almost kill all of them. This HE is going to come down on this Engineer's Dragon, which is going to kill it. Our Eagles come in, kill that second one, so we still have that Dragon. Cluster Strike comes in a little late. I think he damaged his own units. We're gonna come in with another F4. Let's see if we can kill these other 2 Jaegers, because it is a dire situation over here. And that's in there. Using air to bail us out once again. Right side, just slowly but surely putting some pressure. And on the left side, we have completely taken that. And now Joe's going to start calling stuff in on this border so he doesn't have to travel as far. In the middle, the Hood's just literally doing his thing. BTR-80 trying to come up. ACAV taking shots, but again, this isn't like 113. Our Engineer's Dragon over here was killed. T-80 wants to take some shots. ATGM comes in. Abrams does hit it once. We're going to pull that back. We're going to bring up Fire Team AT4s and some scouts. ACAV taking some shots on these Motor Strelky RPGs, which are out of range, 500 meters with those 27s. ACAV, though, is going to tear through that at this point. We route the BTR. We'll lose sight of the BTR and just start striking Motor Strelky. Eagle's coming in, taking shots at the sea, not able to kill it. And that Eagle just wants to commit suicide. But luckily there's no AA over here, so it doesn't go down. We do hit the seed and force it off the field. Get some more recon up, trying to get these Bradleys just to solidify this area. Command just was seen back here. Now this seed just has an anti-radiation missile, so it's just looking for targets. I actually didn't notice that these were being occupied by infantry. Get these arrow rifles in. We'll get them out and we'll start trying to press up through the silos. Jaguar seeds coming through. None of these, actually this Jaguar seed is going to make a gun run on the MiG-29. MiG-29 is going to be hit by the Gepard and it's going to go down with that. So cluster HE coming to the left side now.
Well done, guys.
Trying to do something against everything. That's going to come down on the Legionnaires and not kill either one of them. It's not going to do anything. So we're getting pushed out here, but rather we're kind of in an L-shape push here. Abrams does make a good shot there. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull back and we're gonna fight through this force and try to hold this as long as we possibly can. Engineer's Dragon taking a shot here on the T-80. Does hit it, but doesn't do much. Abrams taking some shots. We're gonna get these arrow rifles out here to deal with these RPOs. Well, shot by the Engineer's Dragon will miss. We force the T-80 to smoke out to allow our Dragon to move back. We're gonna move our fire team leader because it's our only command back.
I need that tail rotor checked.
And then we're gonna put tow cobras right here.
Right. Get down.
From this angle, these tow cobras may not be able to see much, but the idea with it is that anything comes out of these trees and through here will be hit by the tow cobras. Phantom coming in and hitting those RPOs. Igla does hit the back of it. Artillery starts coming in. We do ultimately lose that Engineer's Dragon though. Strike Eagle coming in on the T-80. Gonna come in and that T-80's dead. Trying to get another strike on something. We see the BTR. It gets killed. We're gonna force this over to the left side. We know there's no anti-air on this side. We're looking for targets. We're gonna put it on the BMP-2 here. That has the autocannon. To come through. Shot is down. BMP-2 down, and that is a big one. Rocket artillery coming down. Luckily, this is before the buff. If this was actual legit good rocket artillery, how it is buffed now, we would have lost both of those units. Pioneer Flames coming in just outside of flame range from the arrow rifles. Abrams is going to push it out though. We're looking for a kill. We're going to start pushing the middle. These mortar Strelke. Abrams is going to start hitting this as National Guard Abrams. HE in mission here. We're going to have to smoke out because there's two BMPs here. And we lost sight of what we were going to strike in here. Shot by the tow cobra comes in. T-80 in this space. It's routed. And these BMP-2's an absolute mess for a tow cobra. For any aircraft. Because we're way too close. Now if I would have taken it over here it would have been smart. But yeah. Hood's back here doing work. I think I took the harder of the two lanes, but also Joe was down here just collectively putting as much as he can over here. We're gonna put this Phantom on this BMP. Then we lose track of it. The gas is gonna move up into this area. BMPs are gonna take shots. And unfortunately that's what happens when you don't use your Phantom. Push in the middle. We're slowly trying to get through this. Bradley's doing some work. This ACAV in the front. I'm not sure why this Bradley is not going to be hit by this. It can't see it. It actually cannot see it. That's interesting. Gonna get a couple more fire teams up. We're gonna move our leader back into the space. Yeah, it might be able to be seen, but just as long as we have this pocket, we'll be good. We noticed these BTRs crossing the water. I mean, it's an insane try, but...
This is Red 2. Enemy spotted.
Is it really? I don't know. I think ultimately he's going to stay in this area. He's not going to try to push around. If he was smart and try to push around to there, we get a Strike Eagle to kind of deal with this push.
Enemy at 3 o'clock high.
We see a bunch of BTRs and some BMP2s going into that. Those Cobras are going to take here. The Strike Eagle is going to hit the ones in the water. So at least that will be one that's done. Tunguska gets hit. If we don't kill it, we're going to use the Strike Eagle on that Tunguska now. We need to make this an air permissive environment for us as best as we can. Plus we have the second Strike Eagle. So pointing it out, we're going to get this ACAB over here to make sure nothing insane happens.
Enemy spotted.
And here is our National Guard tanks, which we're going to start pushing up into this area. See if we can exploit this. Been on the back foot this entire game.
Damn, that was close.
ATGM in this building. In this building. Shots going through. We're killing nonsense at this point. ETR shown there. That's taken down. We see... I think it's a Tor right there. HE coming down. That goes down between the Eagle and the PVADs. Luckily, it doesn't hit any one of those. AT4 coming in. This Abrams is going to be hit from somewhere over here. Air coming in. MiG-29s.
It's hot here.
Eagles coming in from Krieg. One goes down. Second one is going to get away with damage.
Yes, sir.
This Abrams is not going to be able to get away. It's routed, but can't route the right way. We have a Menace and a BTR 80 over here. We have this HE on standby at the moment. Joe wants to run that seat up. We see the Strela. We're going to come in and hit this Menace. So the Menace on this side of the river is destroyed. Strela does take a shot. It's not going to hit us. Strike Eagle's out now. We're going to pull it up.
Ryan, get down. You have orders.
Arrow rifles. Finally see this recon. Strike Eagle coming down, hits that Strela. Strike Eagle's going to come back around, and we don't deconflict that. That Strela is extra dead now.
I'm out. Over.
Another one coming from that direction.
He's ahead. Ready to engage.
This Strike Eagle just absolutely pummeling the opposition in the middle. Now, Keys went to a contain idea on the outside here.
Ryan, get down.
And then in the middle left, Hoods just pretty much did a contain to hold all of this. And Joe's actually started to push across the river, forcing this guy to really play against Joe. So it's kind of a one-on-one between everywhere else, besides Krieg and his air power, which we are absolutely doing wonders.
Can't take it anymore.
I see all of these ATGMs, probably 2 Metis in that building. We're going to bring up an HE. We're going to hit it. We're at a +3 because we pushed them out of this middle left back zone. Siege comes through, not seeing anything. Does have something that pops over here. We're going to call in an HE out here. We see the Tunguska, but we're going to stay on target with the BVs. They turn and kind of screw up our path. But they both die anyway. That Tunguska goes down. We're going to hit this BRM. But we lose vision of it again. Mortar Strelke here. So we think from here, hey, there's a T-55. We can just kill this and go on our way. We lose vision of that for a second. Just looking and looking and looking. Then we see this T-80. Not able to drop on that. This is just not good micro. Need to be better with it. And then finally we hit the supply. It's supplying all the units around here, so we'll just hit it and move on. We see another BMP over here. A push from Ryder in the middle. So we're going to come in. We're going to use this HE. We're calling it in. We're going to use it on the Sapri RPO. Since they're Sapri RPO, we're going to counter with our tanks. They can't be touched by these Sapri. So we're going to counterfill the gap, get our air rifles back, and heal. Hoods at this point has this lockdown. And Joe is just hitting this town until he can move in. And then Krieg playing a contain idea on the right. Is essentially forcing everyone in here. This guy should have reinforced through, but it's just not something that's there. +6 at this point. Now at this point, anything that tries to cross this river is getting absolutely striked by air. Strike Eagle coming in. We're going to start hitting air. Igla goes down. I'm going to keep moving around. Look for a new target. We see this, and I'm actually off of it. It's right here. I strike back here, so I actually miss it. And here goes Joe, just absolutely pummeling them. So we're still fighting out here with these ATGMs in this house. Abrams dealing damage to the Sapri RPO. Again, recon is the name of the game, and I have none. But we're pushing over to this with hoods. We're pushing over slowly up here. ATGM side shots at Abrams. That should never happen like that. And finally, we can see the Metis. We're going to bring up a second tank. I should have got it in range to shoot at the Metis. That's on me. We are going to bring in, though, a Phantom to hit this Metis and clear it out where we can move up the road. We get a command in on the right side. MP leader. A bunch of indirect fire support happening there. Phantom comes in, deletes that. Now here we go. ACAV, Bradley's coming up. Abrams, we're going to cut this road in half and essentially take up positions on the backside. But a +5, only 2 minutes left in this one. New command here in the upper right. Calling out more stuff. ACAV going through. Going to capture some stuff. Bradley moving up. We see the flame there. Iglas, RPGs. And yeah, we see that and we're like, hey, we need to strike that. But Joe over here making good progress across the street. Or across the bridge. Spets Rozvetka out here with its anti-tank hitting the Bradley, but from here it's being absolutely pummeled from all directions. Random comes in, kills that infantry, or at least does a big impact. Now we're going to push our infantry in with tank support. It actually did not actually do a lot of damage with any of them. Bradley's though will make short work of that. BRM. Abrams gonna take a shot at that. Kill it. And there we go. Abrams gonna come on the backside here. They're gonna get a cluster strike in, try and do a cluster strike on something. They think this is the command, but realistically with this command in, this is just my combat command more than anything. It doesn't kill it. They lose that. We call in our Eagle finally. And then the artillery on it also isn't going to do much. ATGM's all the way from back here in the tree line. Kills that. The Strike Eagle. And now here it is. We strike it. Whoops. We strike it. But we just missed it. Just missed it because it was moving. Here we go. We're going to move up the main road here. Pioneer Flames can't do anything to this armor, so that's going to be an easy unit to deal with. ATGM come from the side forest. Our Abrams is going to turn towards it. EMP's coming down the road, but that is going to be the end of your game. So nothing crazy. We do get an end screen in this one. So I was wrong, I think, at the beginning of the video. I think the last one didn't have one because of a desync. I felt like we did pretty bad in this game, but maybe it was just for the sole fact of them having so many units that I felt like I was on the back foot. But the units didn't do bad by any means. Like, it was really the Strike Eagle that kept us in. And then it really was a couple of key things, killing that command heal on the left side, which could have allowed them to call stuff in right on top of us. It's just some bad micro against tanks, which does happen. So that's going to be it for this one on Chemical. One of our first games on Chemical that's actually recorded. Don't play a lot of Chemical. And actually, I have another Chemical for you, I think, later on as well, which is another interesting one. So thanks for hanging out. Go leave a like below, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Later.